Come have fun, or I'll sick the wolves on you.
Hi, I'm George the Antique Nomad. Come with me as I wander the country in search of valuable vintage, amazing antiques, and cool collectibles. We'll buy, sell, and trade at antique malls, shops, and shows, estate sales, flea markets, thrift stores, anywhere people go to find really interesting things that just aren't made anymore. So come on, let's go!
Hey everybody, it's George the Antique Nomad. I'm at Epic Antique, where I have a space in Seattle, Washington. It's a fantastic mall. They now have a sister mall about 8 or 10 blocks away. I'm going to try to get there and show you that too. But first I want to show you what I did in my space in Epic, because it needed an epic redo, and it got one. They are having a sale this weekend. The big rush was yesterday. I'll show you the front of the store as we come in. It just really looks great in here all the time, because people are very measured and studied about the way they put things together. These are great. These are 1908 lithographs, and obviously he's seen things in the smoke. It's 1908, so...
One's a cigarette and one's a cigar.
No, pipe.
Yeah, pipe.
A pipe and a cigarette, yes, that's right.
So where is the cigar?
We should have a cigar.
Now, some of these things may be familiar to you folks because you've seen me acquire them, and some of them I've moved from the Midwest to here, and some of these things are fresh as can be and have not been seen anywhere before. So this is how the booth came out. I put up the big putti fabric, the big silk, because I just thought it looked so great at Spokane and I wanted people to be able to see it. I think seeing the design is what's going to sell it. The great thing is that it's pinned up there, and if somebody buys it, they can drop it down, pull it out, and I have all the art on the wall behind it, so it will take care of itself if it sells while I'm gone. This thing is spectacular. It is the most expensive thing in my inventory, and it came very recently. It is a World War II surveyor's set of binoculars with tripod. It's really amazing. This particular one sells for really big money, and that's why we have it priced at $6,500. Fortunately, since it takes up a big footprint, I was able to get the drum underneath it and do some display work there. I also brought the eagle statue to Seattle. This is the French statue I got in Florida. It spent a little bit of time in Kentucky. It almost sold there, but I was coming to do the show in Spokane, and I have decided to try to take as little back with me that I brought to the West Coast as possible, and to put different things out instead. A pair of Lalique doves. This was the last thing I put in the space. These just came to me the other day. The Royal Crown Derby penguin. So we have a little bit of a bird of prey and some little birds who might be scared. The home for sale sign is a Henry Broderick sign. We have a sort of red, white, and blue display going underneath here because I figured, well, if someone is interested in the eagle for patriotic reasons, plus the truth is it just was a great place to put the red because I wanted to do all the pastels in the back. This clock just came to me in Florida right before I left there, and I think it's great with this Pan-Asian design, even though it was made by General Electric in the East somewhere. I thought it would probably do well here in Seattle. I sold one of the Jurays last month. I still have this one, which amazes me because I think it's fantastic. But it is big and three-dimensional. It sticks out, so you'd have to have a big wall space. This is the second of the two stacking metal bookshelves that I had. So not the one that you've seen before, but close to identical to it. And I put all sorts of things in here. A Viking compote and ewer that I just got. The ewer, I believe, is Rainbow Glass Vikings, blown glass subsidiary. The bell is Viking glass. The Amberina piece is an Italian vase. And I have an opium pipe behind there in front of the Playboy Host and Bar book. You might want to stay away from that guy. This Italian yellow ice bucket I bought intending to bring it here to Seattle. And I sold one of the two Shawnee antelopes, but I brought this one along. This set of silver fade with the patterning is $60, and it looked great on top of the stereo equipment that I've got. I've got Russel Wright Eclipse glassware and a Hanover candle holder. Just various fun things down here. The ship bookends that turn, I need to put a price on those before I leave. In the front of the display I have another Kodak placard. This is one that I got at an auction in Spokane, so not the ones that I got in Kentucky, but I do have the Chris Craft up here that I got in Kentucky. So I'm hopeful that I'll be able to send my collector in here to pick those up. And again, we went really pastel to match spring, and which is just starting to happen. It's been chilly in Seattle, I have to say. This is the signed Randolph Scott fan picture. Still have the Hager dog, that surprises me a little bit. I just got the Gia parrot at the mall I sell in Centralia, Washington. And I finally got some Sid and Stricker to the West Coast. I figured it was time with it being spring. The Elton Bennett print I just got. This is the first time it's been out, along with the Madeline Originals vase and the little metal vase that looks a lot like Gustavsberg or Swedish, but it did not have a mark. And of course we carried the color theme into this display here. And yes, I'm even leaving Florida flamingos in Seattle because they'll sell here too. I just got this piece. This is Blanco, 1960s. The Hull Ebb Tide you might have noticed me pick up in Florida when I was at one of the malls. These two figures here are fantastic. They're Dorothy Kindell. These are really hard to find. One of them has a little tiny break on a finger, which is unfortunate, but they're still worth several $100s. Very hard to find the set together these days. A lot of those things went into collections years ago. Got a bunch of brass here, because brass is definitely a thing again. You notice I have brass furniture as well. And I was able to group, because I'd sold a number of pieces off the former display that was on this wall, I was able to group the masks together here. I got the basket display and the Native American items in order, and I also added some things. So in addition to the seed pods and the moccasins, I've got a few new small baskets. I've got a macaw tray here. I have a couple of totems of more recent vintage. A nice papago with the swirl there. And I actually thought that the catwalk piece by Costa Boda looked really good here, because that big headdress she's wearing, she may be a model, but it definitely gives sort of a ethnic tribal aspect to her that I thought was neat. I put a lot of the Blanco smoke glass up here. I have this really fantastic picture with a great handle, and some people are starting to decorate with smoke because of all these gray interiors. I had someone take a piece down from there yesterday. Surprised I still have these lamps. I might have to get a pair of more matching shades for them. And then this shelf, I did my Art Deco theme. Fun animals, silver McCoy, Orifors. It's interesting how things look different in different places. I've had the silver McCoy at shows and sales outdoors, and it's always ended up being in a rustic display, and here it definitely has a more modern feel. It really is about staging. And I know I cram a lot into a booth, but I do try to take a little bit of time to at least arrange things with some sense of color or some sort of scheme. I had somebody who was interested in bowing paper, and I pulled this aside, and unfortunately I lost the thread of the conversation. So if you're seeing this video, please let me know. I can put you in touch with the mall. Commander Cody is an old Seattle concert poster, and then this guy ran for office as a Republican in the early 70s in Seattle. Coca-Cola. I brought in the clock that's new in the box from the 1970s, and the shot leather Pepsi jacket that has never been worn. So I had fun with the booth. I think it looks good. I think that there's some things of some definite value and price points that can carry this. This is the most expensive real estate that I rent. It is about $3 a square foot for this booth. I usually pay $1 to $1.50, but you know, I don't sell in the middle of a huge city like Seattle anywhere else. So this is definitely a place that can really turn money and does very well. It's a really great mall, and I am very happy to be part of it. I think this is the best sign I've ever seen placed above a toilet roll dispenser. I'm going to walk through and show you briefly some of the Tom Gore's collection. He's got amazing stuff in his half of the mall, always. Look at the great shape of that chair. I've got to see who made these. Oh, Adrian Pearsall. Of course, that makes sense. He liked these exaggerated pointed shapes, and it just looks so much fun. 3,500. I like the lucite, of course. My mother bought me a set of these at an estate sale when she was picking, and they all looked at her funny, and she said, no, you don't understand. It's not for me, it's for my son. And then they all really laughed.
It's the 60th anniversary of the Space Needle this year and the Seattle World's Fair, so they have painted the top back to the original orange. During the fair, it was all painted that color. The Astro White was only used as trim. Originally during the World's Fair, they had a gas flame that shot out of the top of it. I am at Snohomish Star Center Antique Mall, where I've had a space for, 20-some years, I think. And my friend Stephanie has been a part of that. She is stepping back. She's going to be reserving her better stock for shows. And so she and I are going to have a sale in our space here.
Okay, we have not been to Snohomish for a while, and we have a lot of revamping to do. They've kept the front pretty presentable, although we had a big sale or two in the showcase, which is great, but that means empty spaces. But then you get in here and, oh yeah, it's pretty ripped up. There's furniture that's sold. There's a lot of things on the floor. This area especially is really bad. A lot of revising to be done here. So that's what today is going to be about.
Well, this is the quick and dirty makeover. This was just to get things in order, a little bit cleaner, so there's not obvious holes and gaps. There's a lot more to do here, but you notice we made sure that you can actually see things. We tried to do some groupings by type. We definitely made it so you can walk through the place. Tomorrow we'll be vacuuming, destocking, and restocking. We are talking about converting this space to an outlet because we both have a lot of stuff that we really need to get rid of, and we're thinking that maybe we'll run sales here for a while and clear out a bunch of stuff, and I think I'll take some of the more interesting things with me to shows, and we'll leave some fun vintage collectibles here at real discounts for everybody else. So take a look. We have redone it, and everything's going to be 40% off. So let's show you what we left, because there are some really good things, and the prices will be great. So we're in the court level through the collector's bookstore and to the left, and this is the front of the space. We did try to keep some sort of a theme going and at least match colors and try to make things interesting, but you know, there's a very nice Waterford decanter. The price it's at, which is $120, is what it sold on at eBay recently. It's going to be 40% off of that price, so I think someone will really like that. The Lesterware carafe on the side there, that will come down to about $15. Some of this being in Grohndahl Seagull, which is really collectible and is priced here at what it sold for on eBay recently, $69 on the vase and $195 on the teapot, which is a hard piece to find. At 40% off of those prices, somebody might actually stand to make some money. So I hope that folks in this area who might be reselling come and take a look, because there are some things I think you can get somewhere with. These little amoeba-shaped little cocktail glasses from the 1960s are only going to be $36 for 12. That's $3 a piece. Those would be fun just to have to use. And of course we have a little piece of Italian glass back there, and it is going to come down to about $10. Some cute lamps, 1940s and 50s vintage. We've got a cider pitcher here. We added a whole lot actually to the fashion section. There's a bunch of new stuff in for spring. again, 40% off the prices listed, so the $65 blue dress is no longer $65, it is $39. So the prices should be good here. This ruby glass pitcher is going to be somewhere around $20 with the discount. And we didn't take all the good stuff out. There's a Harold Belaise. I think that's a neat piece. Speaking of When You Canoe the Grand Ronde, it was something that he wrote and illustrated, and this was priced at $165 before the discount. The piece of furniture here was $325. It is now going to be about $195. So somebody, if they're paying attention, will get some really good deals here. I'm starting the sale pretty much immediately as soon as they make the sign, so this is going to start right away here in May. A couple of factices, which will be under $100 with the discount. Cute little cup and saucer sets, although I see where we missed a couple of price tags that we need to take off there. Although frankly, with the discount we're giving, the price on the garage sale price tag is about what we're getting for these cups and saucers, about $4 a piece. So again, we're trying to make people happy. We want them to go home with stuff that they can use, that they can have fun with. Bar collectors should have fun with these couple of shelves here. Here's another very handsome piece of furniture. This is only going to be $195. Very nice 1890s with the shelving and the nice mirror and the marble top display. You could use it as a dresser in a bedroom. It wouldn't have to just be something for the dining area. Prints and paintings. We've got kitchen stuff, a whole lot of kitchen stuff and some cute things, and they're going to be priced really well. So I hope people have a good time with this. I hope they buy a lot. I have lots of fresh stock I would like to bring into this place, and it's time to get some of this to move. Look at this really fun table. This is a set of bellows. This was done by a California designer in Northern California in the late 60s and early 70s. And this one, the starting price before the discount was $595. So now with the discount, it's going to be about $350, which is less than I've seen them sell for. I've seen them sell for $500 before. Kind of a funky lamp from the same era right there. That's only going to be, again, $36 with the discount. Chance to get some nice pieces of Francoma, some nice working radios with cool shape. There's still some decent Western, including some Native American baskets. I did not take all the good stuff out of here for this. I just want to make room for more good stuff. I even left one piece of Treasure Craft, the horse. Hakata dolls. A little bit of Blue Danube left still. It's 40% off this blue and white lamp, which sells online for about $150, will be coming down to about $75. There's just some fun stuff in here. Here's something I want to take because I sent one of these to a customer and the post office broke it, so I'd like to send her another one. Piece of Blue Ridge here. This was only $12 to begin with, so now this is going to be $7.20. So dealers, resellers, come have fun, or I'll sick the wolves on you. There's a little bit of jewelry still, a little bit of boudoir. Stephanie did not take all her best stuff out. She left a lot of interesting pieces of Hull pottery as well, and put in a lot of new fashion. Now, the one thing I'm not putting on at 40% off are the coins, or any of these wonderful panthers, because, well, they don't belong to me. We're going to have fun with this. We're going to say goodbye to a lot of neat merchandise, and we're going to bring in more because it is time. Please come if you're in the area of Snohomish Star Center Mall off of Highway 2 near Everett, Washington, and they are open 7 days, 10 to 5. I am on the court level in space 125, so come get yourself a bargain, and we'll talk to you soon. I'm glad to help supply other resellers as well as myself, and this is a good chance to do it. So, bye for now. Check out the social links in the description. Take care.
Thanks for joining me again in the fun and fascinating antique community, here where online meets the real world. Please click the subscribe button below, click the bell to be notified when new videos upload, leave a comment below, and hit thumbs up to like this video. Links to our online social media and our items for sale are in the description. This is George at the Antique Nomad. Bye for now.